And my roles and responsibilities. So I have developed several API in this project. That is all about me. Thank you.
All right, all right. How many members in your team currently?
Only 7 members.
And you work there. What is your title currently? It's senior engineer or just an engineer? What is it?
Associate consultant.
Associate consultant. Okay,
Yes.
got it, got it. And do you have leads in your team as well?
Yeah, for two like junior people only.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, got it, got it. And you said you primarily, so currently your skills are Java, Spring Boot, is it?
Yes. Right. Right.
And primarily that you have hands-on experience in Java and Spring Boot.
Yeah. Yes.
What about Kafka?
Kafka also I have worked around 1 year.
Okay. And you have used Kafka in some of your projects.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, got it. Um, any experience with Redis, caching layer and all?
Yeah, casing I have used in our project also.
Okay, got it, got it. And last thing is on your database, you have used both SQL and NoSQL databases or just SQL databases?
Most of the time I have worked on SQL database, but sometime I have worked on Elasticsearch, so it is also like no SQL database.
Okay, got it, got it. Okay, let's pick one project where you have used Kafka. Can you explain me about a project that you worked with where you have used Kafka?
So like earlier I have used Kafka when I was in Logic Square. So that time like their jobs are there. So where
Hmm.
I have worked in Spark also. So that time like create topic. So like there are many vendors like Nokia, Samsung. So like they send data on particular topic. We created one topic, so that topic uh, we that one produce, and we consume that data, and there are some filters we apply. So like we extract data in JSON format. That's why we are using only.
What was the purpose of this data? Who was sending it and why were you consuming it?
Because mainly like they send data like multiple data, raw data we can say, but we extract only limited fields like type of network, and uh, many mandatory field like
Okay, tell me this. Let's say while consuming something fails, what do you do in that case?
so like we using JSON like JSON
Let's
parsing.
say,
You can use JSON
correct.
parsing. Yeah.
Let's say while you're parsing the JSON, something fails in your consumer. Okay. Some exception happens, Java exception, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you do? What all things do you do in this case?
I mean, it means like during the parsing, anything failed that time, what will happen? We are
Yes,
trying to
yes,
consume.
correct.
So, firstly, we try to parse. If it parse successfully, after that, uh, topic can consume.
Correct.
Yes.
If it fails,
If it fails, then like we check it is a file is a format is right or not, like a JSON format or not. We can check firstly. Then
hmm,
yeah.
do you retry? I'm just trying to understand what do you do in this case. Let's say the event is lost, no, in that case. If you don't, let's say if an error comes, how do you make sure that you consume that event at least after you again consume that event, right? How do you make sure that you consume that event?
No, we use partitions here. So like
Hmm.
so we can't consume again and again. No, duplicacy is not there because of
No, that I get. That I get. Let's say while consuming some error comes, now what do you do with that event? Do you just ignore that event and go to the next? You consume the next event, or what do you to try to reconsume that event? What do you do in that in a case of failure?
So if an error occur while consuming, so like we can say like tries to consume and parse the message. If parsing failed, doesn't commit the offset, and retries. Yeah. and continue consuming next message.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about more other projects where you have used. You said you have used Elasticsearch, right?
Yeah, so like
What was the use case?
observability framework. Observability framework, we can can say like it is used for log monitoring. So it is a internal project. Suppose we have a multiple applications, so we are not able to logs after deployment on production. So
Hmm.
that's why this microservices came in role. So with the this microservices, like suppose you create a new microservice.
Hmm.
So the some required requirement, like setup requirement, like inside the application .xml file, you have to set a log pattern, define log pattern. They are like label, message, time stamp, like these fields. And then after that, when we deploy our service, so that time like our logs shows on console, or we can store inside a log file, inside log file, like log error, log info, like that. So with the help of file beat, we read that data.
Okay.
And after that, store inside the Elasticsearch in
Now,
the
how does it
Spark.
happen? How is that process happening from your server to the Elasticsearch? How does it come?
It is automatically done automatically.
Okay.
Yeah, so store in inside the Elasticsearch as a indexing format, like your service name, like a user service, so like user service index format.
Okay.
Yeah, so with Kivana, read that data, use this one data only. So we can see data on the, matlab, we have to we have to create a index in Kivana also, on Kivana also. And then we are able to see logs on
Okay.
Kivana.
Got it. Got it. And tell me some other projects. So tell me about your team, right? What does your team do? What does explain what is your team doing basically at the end of the day?
So my team, like earlier, we worked on observability framework. So like earlier, everything is doing manually. We have to do manually, uh, like another team give a file, XML file format, and then we parse that one field, important fields only. And then we store particular path, and we read particular that one part only. And manually, we can say manually on board, but now it is totally automatic. So my teammates
So
worked on that.
you are basically consuming logs from all the services and storing in Elasticsearch and allowing users to search whatever data logs that they want to for all the services.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, got it. Tell me about other projects. What other projects have you worked on?
So
What is the complex project? What is the most complex project that you have worked on?
So most of the time I have worked on observability framework, and I have worked on Spark also, like Kafka, where I have used Kafka. And I have worked on in
No,
info.
explain. You said no, you worked on all of this, right? So explain to me what was the work, what was your contribution, what was the complexity of the project?
Yeah, so in Infosys, like I have worked on Salesforce clients. So there I have written JUnit test cases for multiple repository. So yeah, this thing. And earlier uh, earlier I have worked on one task also given in value first also, uh, like we can say there huge amount of data we want to parse, we need to parse that data also. So that one also I have done. And I have, most of the time I have created APIs. post API, get API, put API.
What was the reason for this? So, what was-
Mm, your voice is breaking.
so what was the purpose for creating those API and multiple APIs?
Oh, your voice is breaking. So like I have created a post API like
1 minute, let me see.
now I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible, but your video is stuck. Now it is better. Yeah, now it is better. Good.
Okay, okay. So like we can say I have created a post API in a observability framework. Like we have to data stored inside a database like label, message, JSON format data. We have to store that time. We I have created a post mapping, and for filtering data we use suppose on Kibana we can use filters also, so that time we use a search API also.
Okay, okay, got it, got it. Okay, let's say someone comes and tells you, you have to work on this project. Okay, they tell you this is the feature that you have to build. Now, what are all the steps that are part of the project lifecycle in the sense? What all things will have to, they come and tell you do this project, right? Now, what are the things that you will do? Let's say if they give any requirement, what are the things that will be required to get this project done?
So like firstly we follow like SDLC software development life cycle. So like firstly gathering requirement, understand what the client or user wants, and then we can say analyze the technical, financial, legal, like what how many resources need and how much time to complete it and what is cost, and then design like define architecture, UI, and database architecture also, and then development code, actually code written in Spring Boot and whatever language we want to use, and then testing like QA team test software for bug, and after that deployment. So we can use software is released to staging or production environment, and deployment with the help of CI/CD, or manually also like with the help of Helm chart, and then maintenance, fix issues, and add features, we can say.
Okay, got it. Um, okay, I'll give a problem. Think about how you want to solve this. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
so let's say
Hmm.
there are, Swiggy, Zomato, and all, right?
Yes.
So they have delivery executives who have their own app. In that app, they have to mark themselves available to say they are available to deliver food to the users.
Hmm.
Okay. Or they can, whenever they want to log out and say, I want to stop delivering, they can mark themselves unavailable. So they have an app, they have two buttons. One is called available, one is called unavailable.
Hmm.
Whenever they want to start delivering food, they will say available, and Swiggy or Zomato will assign food delivery to them, and they will take the food from restaurant and deliver to the users, right? And whenever they are done, they will click on unavailable. In the sense, I want, let's say at the end of the day, they want to stop delivering, right? They want to go home and rest. That
Hmm.
time they will go click unavailable, and Swiggy or Zomato will stop assigning any delivery to them. Okay.
Hmm.
Now this is the context. I don't. I'm not talking about any of that actually. I just want to know. Let's assume I want to know how many delivery executives have marked themselves available
Hmm.
at this point in time. Right. Let's assume I just want to know the count. How will you do this? How will I be able to get do this? Probably this.
So, so like s- so it's, we can say, like
All I want to know, very simple, right? They Whenever I want to know how many people have marked themselves available at this point in time. That's all. Nothing else. No, assume whenever they mark themselves available, some API is being called in the backend. They open their app, they click on available button, some API is called in the backend, and right, and that is how it is currently happening.
okay.
Now I want to know how many people are available to deliver food. That's all.
So, so firstly, like requirement gathering, like a track delivery executive status by button, and then design and like maintain structure to store and update ability, and then implementation, uh, Java code on update and get count.
How will you maintain the status? In the sense you said you will maintain the status, right? How will you do this? At the end of the day, I want to know how will you get the count?
So like status maintain like we check like any data came like button click but available or not available, so then user, sorry, yeah, then like click on available, so it is status set like available, we can say, in backend side. And when click on unavailable, so it's set inside the backend, inside the database, uh, marked as unavailable, like this. So with so we can count.
Okay.
Yeah,
Count the number of rows
yeah,
available, is it?
yeah, with the help of query we can count. And
What if one user is marking himself? Okay, but what if there are too many users? In the sense there are millions of users. Okay, what will happen in this case? Will you be able to do that in database?
mm, then we can use we can say like yeah, Kafka we can use. It is analyze stream data. So like
Okay.
there are two topic,
Hmm.
different available and unavailable. So yeah, it is easy.
So whenever a call comes, you'll put it in the Kafka topic.
Sorry.
Whenever an API call is done, that API call will internally add to Kafka topic.
Yes. So like we can say, um, if we want to call Kafka topic, so we have a class like a producer or consumer classes are there. So their Kafka template annotation is there, and with the help of like a Kafka template dot send method. So with the help
Hmm.
of we can produce and uh, Kafka template Kafka listener annotation is also there. So with the help of we can consume particular
After
topic.
consuming, what you will do?
After consume, like we can count data, anything we can calculate how many.
Now, where will you? I mean, in the sense when you say count, I didn't get you. How will you keep the count? And
No, there no
uh,
need to count. There is a separate already available or unavailable. So like a particular uh, we can say like a particular Redis data structure also we can use like store each executive current status.
okay,
Yeah, like key executive status and field
okay.
value also, and and like a counter like stores current count of the available executive, we can say.
Got it. Got it. Hmm. All right. Now, How will you see? One topic is storing the number of available, and now one topic is storing the number of unavailable, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want only who are available. So how will you make sure you give me only available? In the sense, uh, if I am available, okay, I mark myself. I am a delivery executive. I mark myself unavailable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you incremented the available count.
Mm-hmm.
Now I mark myself unavailable. You incremented the unavailable count.
You're right.
But then available count you do not decrement.
Mm, it not increment. But no, there we need to like available, available. So like mhm. So like Redis in memory in memory like atomic integer if it's like single instance app. So to increment or decrement a global counter we can say.
Oh, you are saying one counter will keep.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Mm, let's say in your team there is someone who is very difficult to work with. He's not agreeing with you, or he's he. Let's say there is a problem in the sense we have to come up with a solution to solve that problem.
Mm-hmm.
Now he has his own way of solving that problem, and you have your own way of solving that problem.
Mm-hmm.
There is disagreement. Now, what? How will you go about solving this disagreement?
So like my team member and I also worked on same problem and my we can say my solution is different and his or her solution is also different. So like firstly, what is a optimized way we analyze
Hmm.
this. So and number of line of number of codes less in which code. So I will follow that one.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Okay,
adapt only that solution we can say.
got it. Uh, I know you talked about logs, right? Do you also create metrics? Observability, basically creating metrics, Prometheus metrics, and all. Have you created them? Do you use them?
Yes, yes, sir.
What kind of metrics do you create for an API and all?
So metrics like we can say what like metrics means we can say just a minute I'm thinking about it like resources cpu utilization how many cpu utilization and or what memory utilization we can say. Yeah, so like logs are structured and useful. So but I also create a metric to track application health. So that for logs like I use tool like log4j.
What about API metrics? For example, for an API, what all do you think you should track as a part of metrics?
So we can say health check. So like we can say we have to add dependency inside the pom.xml actuator and we have to configure some properties inside the application.property file like health info like this. Yeah, and grafana to visualization all the apis metrics we can say. So like metrics are collected using like micrometer with prometheus and yeah, api response time like trends total request per endpoint like this. Yes.
Okay. Mm, Um, in Java, let's say there is an API, okay?
Hmm.
Now that API is very slow in the sense it has slow response time.
Hmm.
How will you increase the response time of that API? Yes,
So
decrease the response time of that API. What all things that you will do to decrease the response time of that API?
with the help of caching we can reduce, and we can use pagination, and
Hmm.
indexing we can use, and explain also we can use, like we can see exactly what query is executing. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Tell me this on the end-to-end development plan. Let's say someone comes to you with a feature. How will you create a development plan? What all things that you will consider for development plan?
So suppose I have we can say like a requirement, first requirement gathering. So firstly I understand what user wants or what client wants, and then break into stories, and scrum master assign us, and sometime my manager also, it is a priority task, so they also assign task. So there are five pointers, we have to complete five pointer stories in a big 14 days. And there are one pointer story, two pointer story, and three pointer
Do you
story.
create documentation? Do you create documentation?
Yeah. I have created like
Well,
for API, like I have created any API, so I have create documentation also for that.
okay. And let's say in your logs you are seeing errors. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you debug these errors?
So inside the our application, I have applied many logs like login for error, debug, many types of log I have applied. So firstly, when I run our application, so it come line by line, code run line by line. So we are testing particular method. So firstly check where our log uh, bent or not. Firstly we check. So we go line by line, and then we check like where it is failing, like null pointer exception came. So we check in which line and inside which method, why it is happening, what value, where we are assigning null value, we are trying, where it is storing null value. So yeah, we check. Yeah.
What IDE do you use for coding?
Eclipse.
Eclipse. Have you used any of the?
Yeah, IntelliJ
Uh,
also I have used.
okay.
Yes.
And have you used any Gen AI tools for helping with coding?
Yes, sir. What name? Uh, Copilot. Yeah, Copilot.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Have you used Copilot?
Yes, I have used.
Okay. Uh, do you use any design patterns while writing code?
Yes, so in Java, when we write like a singleton design pattern, I have used only one instance created at through the application. We can say, example like AutoWire. With the AutoWire, Spring Boot create a object automatically and inject the object address into the reference variable, and prototype it create a mm, multiple objects, many times, like when we request that time it create object. And in microservices also I have used many design pattern like Saga design pattern, circuit breaker design pattern. So in Saga design pattern, suppose it is a design pattern and it is a sequence of local transaction, and it sends a command to next step. If any transaction fail, then compensation transaction triggered, and it undo the work. that one done by previous my
Can you
services.
give me an example that you have used in your work for this saga pattern?
Yeah,
In what use case did you use?
yeah, suppose there like choreography saga pattern. Suppose we have three microservices, like order microservices, payment microservices, inventory
No,
microservices.
no, no. In your current work, in your current work, have you used it?
Yes, I have used uh, saga pattern also. Like we can say, we can say like yeah, like transaction time we can use, like logs, like we use log back in spring boot, so log structure uh, json, and like metrics. So like we use prometheus to collect metrics like api response time, and
Hmm.
yeah, altering also, like alert, alert like configured in grafana. For example, like if error rate goes above like 5%, so response we can say.
Okay, in Kafka there is partitions, right? What?
Hmm.
Why are there partitions? What is the use of partitions?
We can say like we can read parallelly data, and
When you say parallelly,
processing also we can say fast to reading
which
data.
data will go in which partition? How will you know which data will go in which partition?
So like a parallel part like a parallel processing, like each partition can be read by one consumer in a group, speeds up processing we can say, and ordering, scalability.
Uh, but while producing to Kafka topic, right? How will you know which event is going to which partition of the Kafka topic? How are you deciding that?
Like we have multiple consumers, like
No,
consider.
consumer is fine. I'm talking about producer. Let's say there are 10 partitions, assume in a topic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now you have to produce an event to the Kafka topic.
Hmm.
Now, how will you know which partition you should send that event to? How
Hmm.
are you deciding that? How will Kafka decide which partition that the event has to go to?
So for that uh, if we provide a key, like Kafka uses hashing on the key to like decide which partition is goes to that. Yeah, so with the help of.
Okay, got it. All right. Let's say we said we talked about circuit breaker. Now, what is circuit breaker?
So
How,
circuit,
how is it?
yeah, so like circuit breaker, like suppose we have a multiple microservices. Suppose we have a and B microservices. So any API of we are trying to call from a microservices. So that time maybe service B is shut down, so that time we use circuit breaker. So inside the application, inside the microservice a, we use at the rate circuit breaker annotation, and we use dependency also, at dependency, and resilience 4G dependency, and we use we create one fault method also. There we can
Have you used that in your work currently?
sorry.
Have you used circuit
Yes,
breaker
circuit
pattern in your
breaker.
work?
Yes, I have.
What was the use case?
Like same type use case I have used. Like any
Okay.
API call from another service and microservices, that time we use.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, one more thing. Uh, so you talked about the Kafka consumer. Now, how will you rate a Kafka consumer? What all things will be involved in a Kafka consumer?
So like Kafka consumer mainly we use for consume data. Like we have a uh, what we can say. Um, Kafka consumer, we can say like it subscribe a top to subscribe to a topic and continuously like posts the new messages. We can say,
Okay.
yeah. Suppose we have a multiple consumer A, B, C, D, but we decide particular consumer what data need to read. We can say.
Have you written any consumer in your current work?
Earlier, I have used Kafka. Before 2 year, I have used. So yes,
Not in the current work.
current no.
Which company was it 2 years ago?